Hello dear students and teachers, we are students of Chemistry and Biotechnology in primary school and performed by students Ayaulym, Nazira, Arailym and Galina. The topic given to us is a structure of the atom. Structure of the atom. What do you know about atoms? Atoms, a form of matter which may not be further broken down with any chemical means. Early Earth and growth of the theory of the atom. Democritus. Who is that person? Democritus, he is a Greek philosopher and first to conceive the idea of the atom, and he called this small object atoms. The second, John Dalton. Who is that person? He is English physics and his atomic theory. The first, all matter is made of atoms. And the second, all atoms of a given element are identical in mass and properties. The third, compounds are formed by a combination of two or more different kinds of atoms. Third, a chemical reaction is rearrangement of atoms. Then, typical atoms consist of nucleus, neutrons, electrons, and protons. What is an electron? Electrons, the electron is the particle outside of the atomic nucleus with a mass that equal 1 atomic molar unit and -1 charge. Then, who discovered the electron? Thomson. Thomson discovered the electron in 1897. He discovered the electron through the use a cathode ray. Then, electron charge to mass ratio. The charge of an electron is and the second, the mass of an electron is
nucleus. What is a nucleus? The atomic nucleus is a tiny massive entity at the center of an atom. The nucleus contains most of the mass on the atom. Then, who discovered the nucleus? The atomic nucleus was discovered by Ernest Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford discovered was nucleus while performing the gold foil experiment. More on the gold foil experiment.
Discovery of nucleus. The setup used in the experiment is shown here. A radioactive source was placed in a lead block with a narrow opening. The radioactive source is rich in alpha particles. These alpha particles are allowed to pass through the narrow opening. A lead sheet with a slit is placed just after the lead box. These fast-moving alpha particles passes through the slit and hit a thin gold foil. The alpha particles were detected using a zinc-coated fluorescent screen. When the alpha particles strike the fluorescent screen, they produce scintillations. This experiment, Rutherford observed that 1. Most of the alpha particles pass through the gold foil undeflected. 2. Some alpha particles were deflected at small angles. 3. Some alpha particles were deflected at large angles. 4. Very few of them bounced back at an angle of 180 degrees.
Proton. What is a proton? The proton is a particle in the atomic nucleus with a mass equals 1 and +1 charge. Then, who discovered the proton? Ernest Rutherford discovered the proton in 1911. He suggested that the nucleus contained a particle with a positive charge. Then, neutron. What is a neutron? The neutron is a particle in the atomic nucleus with a mass that equals 1 atomic mass unit and no charge. Then, who discovered the neutron? James Chadwick discovered the neutron in 1932. He found that a neutron's mass was slightly more than a proton.
Atomic number and atomic mass. Atomic number. The atomic number is the number of protons in the nucleus. Atomic mass. Atomic mass is the sum of the mass of the protons and neutrons of an atom. Mostly British chemist studied under Rutherford. Because of Moseley's work, the modern periodic table is based on the atomic numbers of the elements. He also developed the application of X-ray spectrum.
Different species of atoms. Isotopes. Atoms with the same number of protons but different in the same amount of neutrons. Most elements have more than one isotope. Models of the atom, the plum pudding model. The model was proposed by Thomson in 1904. It's referred to as the plum pudding model because you can easily imagine that the plums are negatively charged electrons and positively charged. Models of the atom, the Rutherford models. The models was proposed by Ernest Rutherford in 1911 and describes the atoms as a tiny, dense, positively charged nucleus, and electrons circulate the nucleus at some distance in unstable paths. The atoms is mostly empty space. Model of the atom, the Bohr model. The model was proposed by Niels Bohr in 1930. It shows the atom as a small positively charged nucleus surrounded by orbiting electrons. Unlike the Rutherford model, the electrons in the Bohr model have stable orbits. Conclusion. Substance consists of atoms, ions, molecules, and crystals. Atoms have a structure. A certain type of atom is called chemical elements. Chemical elements differ in physical and chemical properties. Atoms interact with each other from compound, simple, and complex substance. Particles of a substance are in continuous chaotic motions, and depending on the energy, can give the substance on or another state or aggregation. Substance different from each other in physical and chemical properties.